Why beautiful things tend to fall asleep. If I were a shrine, I would be tangible. My memories etched onto the surfaces, unwavering, peeking through the fissures and aching through the cracks. My walls would ask you only one question. Are you here to remember me? A definition of beauty is enveloped in the idea of its immortality, and time has forever been its teacher. The sole definition of beauty has been redefined through the ages, and people now debate on forms of beauty. We began to seek beauty in flawlessness, and even the flaws. The Japanese repair their broken crockery with gold, and name it Kintsugi. They believe there is beauty in those cracks, a sense of vintage pride in the memories of the ceramic. It is of no debate if the world desires beauty or not. It is only a question of time about how their perspective of beauty changes. Beauty isn't absolute. The perception of it is not a truth, only what enamors it. Something that is perceived as beautiful today might be cast away later. And so we say, it goes to sleep, to be awakened again later. Another element of beauty is that it inspires memory, or a belief, and belief is misleading. Now I must clarify that I am not speaking about faith. Faith is simple. It needs no bias, no reason, and no action. Belief, on the other hand, can make people lie to themselves for a cause, searching for enough reasons to believe, forging evidence to sustain it, and leaving enough room for doubt to contain it. It brings them together, creating a sense of belonging. It is as though they search for people with similar beliefs to confirm their own. It is a cycle that churns out many definitions of beauty in life and death. To us, a picture of a rose might remind us of its fragrance, its soft velvet texture, or its sweet taste. It can trigger memories of being given a rose or throwing one away when it was rejected. But for a person with no memory of a rose, a picture of it might even be appalling. Forgotten memories, etched on the walls of our subconscious and unconscious. To be unconscious, these memories are asleep. More than survival, like art, music, and dance, beauty has adhered to our personalities. We all have our biases on what we perceive as beautiful. You might have heard the saying derived from the words of Plato, "Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder." But to me, it is incomplete. A familiar scent, a forgotten sound, or a taste can trigger memories from the past. In a public setting, the same scent will cause different responses in people. Some will adore or detest it more than others. As long as the idea of beauty is biased, it cannot be the truth, and that is why the saying, "Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder," seems like an oversimplification and rather incomplete to me. If looked at objectively, our entire personality is biased. Mozart wholeheartedly confesses, "I spread it out broader and clearer, and at last it gets almost finished in my head, even when it is a long piece, so that I can see the whole of it at a single glance in my mind." As if it were a beautiful painting or a handsome human being in which I do not hear it in my imagination at all as a succession. That way it must come later. But all at once, as it were, the best of all is the hearing of it all at once. We haven't seen our lives as a whole, and our understanding of life is limited to the experiences we have during our lifetime. And those aren't much. We only experienced our limited surroundings. We learned to walk, speak, eat, like and dislike based on our surroundings. These may have extended beyond the neighborhood and vastly through the internet, but still limited. So we remain biased our entire lives, and so do our ideas of beauty. To experience something truly beautiful, we need to see life in its entirety. And only when we experience the entirety of it all, shall it wake up within us to enlightenment. The third aspect of its beauty is its revival. It has the ability to hide its shortcomings. The more beautiful the experience, the more enamored it has its observer. It is on a pedestal, unreachable and applauded, and can only become tangible once it has been understood completely. That is when it sheds its layers and reveals something everlasting. I sometimes refer to it as the elixir in the box. With great beauty comes a greater impulse to experience it. The catch is that when you truly do experience it, when it abandons its sleep and wakes up to you, you would either completely dissociate from it or include it within you and become one with it. You fall in love. And that is truly beautiful.